Hey, I gotta ask you a question. Did you see the Pacquiao fight, the Bradley Pacquiao fight?
Yes.
What did you think of that?
No,
I mean, you had to have thought Pacquiao won.
Pacquiao won the fight.
Okay, well, we'll go back. The city of Reno won.
Right.
Someone has to win when there's a fix.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that fight fixed or just bad judges?
I just think it was bad judges because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. If you heard Dwayne Ford, who was one of the judges for the fight afterwards, said, Tim Bradley gave Pacquiao a boxing lesson in the center of the ring.
He gave him a boxing lesson,
are you kidding me? I mean, are you kidding me?
He also said, this isn't American Idol, right? I'm being serious.
Right.
He also said, look, this isn't American Idol. This is boxing.
Yeah.
And every time he spoke, he made it worse.
So, exactly. And I know Dwayne a long time. And he was a very good referee. He's been a good referee, but for this fight, well, I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, 30 years
because
ago.
Here's what I'm saying, Uncle Dan, what you were saying, Jay, earlier. Who benefits? Well, people say, well, Bob Arum is going to benefit. No, he gets the rematch. He had both guys anyway, so he doesn't benefit anything. He's going to have to fight both fighters anyway. They say, well, he'll make more money in the rematch. No, he lost money because they're trying to get Pacquiao to fight Mayweather. Mayweather's making every excuse up in the world. Now Mayweather doesn't have to make an excuse.
Who's running from who?
All he has to say is Mayweather doesn't want to fight.
Really?
Mayweather's made and I think he's great, special.
One of the greatest of all time.
But he's made every jerk off excuse in the world. And the things he's asking for, nobody's ever asked for.
Pacquiao, too, though, says, I don't want to take a drug test before the fight because I'm afraid of needles.
Right.
He's got tattoos, right?
But he's also said...
He has tattoos.
Right. But he also... he said he didn't take draw
so.
blood. He didn't want...
Henna?
He's afraid needles to draw blood.
I understand that. That would get in my head.
He has said he will do it.
Right.
So he said, I'll do it.
He said, I'll do it up to 48 hours before the fight.
Then they said, they'll do it 14... No, he wanted to do it... No, he wanted to do it 17 days... They didn't want it. Mayweather said 14, and then
they just keep changing it. Mayweather.
Jay, here's what you got to know. Before this, the first time Mayweather did that, right? The finally Pacquiao said, "Okay, forget it, man. I'm going to move on, and I'll fight somebody else." And that's when he pulled the fight against the kid in Dallas Stadium.
Cotto?
No, Pacquiao, Clottey. Jonathan Clottey.
Oh, yeah.
Joshua Clottey.
Full house.
Joshua Clottey.
Huge gate.
Right.
Huge pay-per-view.
So they already had it.
Won every round.
Right.
10-9, 10-9, 10-9, 10-9.
So he basically said, screw you, I don't need you. I'm the bigger draw worldwide. Which he is. Worldwide, he's a bigger star. So
Mayweather's the bigger pay-per-view draw.
They're trying to say that. And then they're saying...
But what I'm saying...
But wait. What I'm saying
they
is...
both lose.
And they
both win.
Here's what I'm saying. After that fight... They basically had they signed a contract. It was agreed upon. Everything. The testing, the drug testing, the blood testing, everything was agreed upon. The money, they were going to get $30 million a piece guaranteed. Piece plus percentage. It was all clear.
I'd let Uncle Dan fight them for $30 million.
At the last minute.
I wouldn't even train either.
Mayweather said,
Just go in there and get the shit knocked out.
Last minute, Mayweather said, no, I don't think I want to fight. I said, I don't want to fight. I'm going to wait till Rogers to find out what goes on with Roger. They called. Now, you have to understand, Bob Arum doesn't get along at all with Mayweather's spokesperson, who is Al Heyman. Al Heyman, if you heard that name, Al Heyman is the most famous guy that nobody's ever seen. He handles more guys in a fight game, and does a great job. He handles Mayweather. Al Heyman and Bob Arum hate each other.
Right.
But they had to use Ross Greenberg. Ross Greenberg is like
I'm trying to get you out of here. You're going to confuse.
I'm going to get the story. You want to get it right.
Yeah.
Ross Greenberg is like Switzerland. He gets along with everybody. Right. They negotiated the deal with both sides. Both sides. They agreed to it. Mayweather pulls out. The press gets a hold of it. They go, what the, Arum's like, Jesus, this kid's out of his mind. They're nuts. They're crazy. The press gets a hold of it. They call Leonard Ellerby, Mayweather's right-hand guy. Ellerby said, man, we had no agreement. Nothing's been said. Arum's crazy. He's a crazy old man, blah, blah, blah. They call Al Heyman. Al Heyman says, no, we had agreement. We agreed to everything.
How come I don't know about this?
He says, I got to apologize to Bob Arum. And they hate Bob. I got to apologize. We had everything agreed upon. So now the kid looks stupid. And then that's when they start talking about another negotiating. And then they went off and fought again. And that's when they start negotiating again. And that's when it was basically.
There's no reason for these two to fight.
Because
they're both making $25 million fighting the Bum of the Month Club separately.
But you know what? They were guaranteed. They were guaranteed That's why.
I know what you're going to say.
I mean, no, they're guaranteed. They can make 50, 60 million guaranteed. Unheard of.
Okay, fine. But if I can make 20 million fighting a guy and win 10
but who's to say? Who's to say you're going to win that? And every fight, Dave, that's what I'm trying to say. Every fight's a hard fight. You don't think you're going to. You may not think you're going to lose it. Like this fight, Bradley was supposed to be an easy fight. Physically,
I'll tell you who the loser was.
But the fans.
The fans have always been the loser since right around when you tapped out.
Is it 9 o'clock?
Yeah, we got to go.
Oh my God.
The fans, listen real quick. The fans have always lost because boxing keeps giving itself black eyes over and over and over again.
Yes.
But I think the real loser in this is Timmy Bradley because Timmy Bradley's a hell of a fighter, and people just think he's this bum that got handed a decision, and he did get handed rounds that he didn't deserve.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if he fights, maybe if he fights Pacquiao 2 years from now, he beats him.
Maybe.
But they got that mandatory rematch, right?
No, doing the rematch, next year.
Is there any way to get around that clause and fight one other guy and just let Pacquiao get a little older?
They used to say, no, for a long time, you couldn't have immediate rematches. Long time. Because they said you have to defend against somebody else. So there wasn't so there wouldn't be a monopoly on the time.
Oh, yeah.
But they went back to the old way where you can do immediate rematches.